Hi everyone and welcome to DisKingdom.com's podcast with me, Roger, here in the UK and Abe there in sunny California.
Yellow.
Hello. On this episode, we're going to be discussing kind of this recent trend recently of bringing lots of sort of older games and classic games onto newer consoles and new experience. Just this past week, Xbox One announced a load of backwards compatibility, bringing over 100 games to the Xbox One from the 360. Included in that were Lego Star Wars, the chapter saga, the complete saga, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego, and also Tron Evolution have been brought onto the new Xbox One from the previous one. So if you've got those games, you can now enjoy them. Just coming up this week, Super Star Wars is an SNES game is going to be on PlayStation 4. And in the coming weeks, we're going to be getting a couple of other classic N64 and Nintendo games coming out onto the PlayStation 4. And I would probably assume they'd probably be on Xbox as well. So this kind of adds into this trend recently of kind of going back into the back catalogue of Disney games. They recently remade DuckTales and Castle of Illusion. So the question is really, Abe, is what do you think of them bringing maybe some of the classic games and kind of re-emulating them maybe on like PlayStation Now or just available to buy full stop?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, right now, Star Wars is such a huge thing. I think it all started basically with the big toy event that happened like a couple months ago. Just the whole Star Wars thing is all over again. Kind of like back when Episode 1 was being created. A lot, this huge hype for new Star Wars films are coming out, and then obviously back in '77 and when the first one came out, and so. Is it smart for them to release games that were out in the past that people love and have nostalgia? Absolutely. I mean, even seeing Han Solo and Chewie at the very end of the second teaser gave you nostalgia from the movies, and you hadn't even seen the movie. I mean, people pre-ordered tickets for this movie already, and they far exceeded, Jurassic World and ticket sales. So it's kind of like, where can they basically keep printing money? And obviously, bringing back the classics with Star Wars games, like you were talking about, the popular Star Wars game from the SNES. I mean, it's genius. Bring back the classics. People who play them for the first time, they love it, they enjoy it. Why not let it be replayed or actually played for the first time for the newer generation? I mean, it definitely worked out with DuckTales and Castle of Illusion, and obviously people there's a huge demographic that enjoy retro gaming anyway. So releasing those older Star Wars games are great, and Xbox honestly has a slight edge with doing backwards compatibility. However, PS4 is giving you downloadable content, so it's almost like the same thing.
Yeah, well, PlayStation are doing it slightly different. You've got the PlayStation Now, which is like streaming it, but there was a recent article that went out. They're asking people if they want to see a lot more like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 classics available on the PSN, and which is essentially what some of these ones, a lot of these remastered Star Wars games coming out this week are only the Super Star Wars hasn't actually been previously available on the PSN. So in some ways, buy them and then you can bring them onto your newer consoles is great. I think this whole thing of I think people like the backwards compatibility in the fact that the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going to be honest. This week, I've been looking at whether or not to buy like a console PC or and like for a brief second, the Xbox One was like, well, hold on, if I can start playing some of these older games, it might be more stable or it might be quite cool. So the idea of being able to go out. Now, if I had an Xbox One and go pick up Lego Pirates of the Caribbean from the past, that's cool. But I'm actually more interested in being able to play like really older games that I maybe haven't played for a long time. Even this week, not only have we got those, but Activision are bringing Deadpool onto PlayStation 1 and Xbox One, and that was an old PS3 game. They've remastered it and bringing it out. So it's definitely a case of going back and trying to capture some of this stuff. I mean, I would have thought the Deadpool game probably would have made more sense bringing it out February next year. But, I don't know.
I hope they released it for the PS4 as well. That would be awesome.
Yes, on PS4 and Xbox One, Deadpool.
Oh, okay, because you said PS1, and I'm like, wow, why are they releasing it?
No, not
PlayStation 1.
PS4. Yeah.
No. But it's smart. It's definitely a smart move on their part. It's definitely smart for them, too, because it seems like they always Like, we need to do an intervention with you, Roger, because it's like every week you want to buy a new console, and we got to stop you. It's like first it was the Vita, you caved in. Then you wanted to get your PS3 back, you almost did that. Now you want the what was it? The Steam machine. Now you want an Xbox One.
Well,
Stop
actually,
it, Stop it.
the thing is I know at Christmas I've got some money coming for Christmas for a present, and usually I try and buy something big with my money because I don't want to be women on these. And I'm trying to work out. I need to get a new PC, and just before we did this, my whole PC kind of messed around. So I've been looking at Steam machines, but then I decided, actually, no, I'm going to get myself probably like a Vapor A kind of, so I can play. I was looking on Steam, and there's a huge rack of like 70, 80 classic. There's loads of Disney and Star Wars and Marvel games on there that I want to play. And I think maybe nowadays with having, things are all on Windows based, even our PS4s and Xbox Ones are based on Linux and stuff. They're all just emulating, and they're all kind of just doing games differently. So a lot of the older stuff can be ported a lot easier than maybe it used to be. But going back and playing some classic games, that sometimes feels quite kind of cool. And the idea of being able to, not always, we've got our Battlefront this week, but sometimes you do want to just pick up an old game that you maybe haven't played in a long time. I mean, I'd love to pick up, I was working out the other day going, oh no, it might be cheaper for me to pick up an Xbox One and get Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean, then go buy Lego Dimensions and all the stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. But then again, Black Friday's coming out, so you might still have cheap options.
Yeah, that's what I'm holding out for. Black Friday or Boxing Day sales. That's my plan to pick up a new PC. But I think making these older games available now and getting them set up, because I think they're just going to, once they get them, for example, on the PC and Steam, they're just going to they can stay there. They're not going to move. They're not going to become obsolete. And I think consoles are maybe tying into this idea of reissuing these games, either to make them available that you've had before. I mean, Xbox One are using a different strategy because they're trying to convince people that they care about gamers. And I honestly think, is it going to sell consoles? I don't think people, I can play, but it might make people upgrade. I think PlayStation made a mistake with the PlayStation Now with this whole streaming back catalog. Though if they put a load of old games on there that I haven't played, I'd love them to put Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 on PlayStation Now. I'd rent that in a second because I sold my PlayStation 3 before they come out. But I don't know what they're doing. It's all over the place. And I think that's the one issue with me at the minute with these kind of games is we're having different versions of it. You're having backwards compatibility, you're having PlayStation Now, you're then having reissues like Deadpool, and then you're having real stuff, old stuff just becoming available again.
Yeah, it's just a mix. It's just a mixed mentality of people, however they play. If they like retro games, they're going to actually take advantage and enjoy. But the fact that they're available, that's the cool thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Super Star Wars this week. It's going to be a cross-buy with my PS Vita, so that's kind of quite cool for me because that means I'm going to download it and I can take it to my in-laws and I can play. So I can spend a couple hours playing Super Star Wars and stuff out at work or something like that. So I love the idea of doing the cross-play with other devices and being able to take them on the road. Same thing like when you got your iPad, they cross-plays with like the Apple TV, and even that Apple TV came out and lots of old things that you maybe brought on your iPhone are compatible when you've already downloaded them. So I think as we get more and more digital based, we're going to see a lot more of this going forward of stuff staying on one system and digital that's the way they're pushing us. I know a lot of people have huge Steam libraries with lots and lots of games in, and they got access to them for it indefinitely.
No, yeah, that's true. No, it's just a convenience factor and the ability to play your old, games, your memories without having to look around or connect your old systems, or even if you don't have them anymore. Gives you the opportunity. It's kind of cool. Nostalgia.
Yeah, there's plenty of, like I said, plenty of old stuff coming through. I keep meaning to. DuckTales is high on my list of stuff to replay. And I'm a bit like, I don't really want to play it on my iPad because it's not really the way I used to play DuckTales. So again, it's one of those things. If that was on PlayStation Now, I would have rented it to try it out, or if it was on PSN and you could use it on your Vita or something like that, I would have loved to have done that. But it looks like I'm gonna have to wait till next year till I get a new PC. But loads of old games coming out. while we all want the new stuff, there's a huge back catalogue of hundreds and hundreds of games that, what about bring back the Lion King or Aladdin from the SNES? I'm sure they'd be huge hits.
Yeah, SNES games are just nostalgic. They're fun, and it'll work out. Yeah, but it's cool that the PS4 and the Xbox One have these options now. So.
Yeah, and that's cool. But of course, I think mainly we're mainly going to be slightly distracted with Battlefront for a few weeks.
Yeah, quite a while.
I'm just like, come on, you guys get it a couple of days before me. I'm just like, Xbox One players have already got it. I'm like, I want it.
So you gotta understand. In a couple days, I have the Battle of Jakku.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not in a couple days. Tomorrow. Today's the 16th. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, the Battle of Jakku. I got to make sure it's taken care of before the movie, and that's that, man. I can't really say much more than it has to be taken care of.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to comment below. Let us know what games would you like to see brought back or available, or which way do you prefer to consume these older games. I'd love to know your thoughts. It was just an idea that I had earlier this week with all these different kind of version games coming out last week. Anyway, guys, remember to check out our Patreon, including Magic Band Collectors, SwordApps.com. Big shout out to our patrons as well, including Evlos, CoinUp TV, Alvin, and James Infinity Museum, and James as well. So big thank you to them. Be sure to hit us up on Twitter and also Facebook, and check us out at DisKingdom.com.
Pinterest and
Tumblr, yeah, we're all on
Snapchat.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. We shall see you guys later.
Later, guys.
Laters.